Good evening. Today I'm talking about winking coronary sign, which was published by us in a PubMed Index journal. And I'm going to try to explain what is a winking coronary sign. So winking coronary sign basically is a sign of angiography of ventricular septal rupture. Ventricular septal rupture is an uncommon but lethal complication of acute MI, and its prompt recognition is important to permit timely institution of corrective measures. Um, Basically, it's a novel, unique angiographic sign, and it's an angiographically diagnosing a post-MI ventricular septal rupture and also called as Kamal-Sharma sign. It's defined as a partial transient occlusion of infarct-related culprit artery over the site of ventricular septal rupture during ventricular systole with near normal filling in the diastole. So basically, this is how it looks like. You can see the LED, this patient, and you can see the mid LED actually winking, actually closing down transiently, and the dye flow is stopping in between. So this is a patient whose angiogram was done post stenting. Actually, you can see somebody has already put a stent, and then this patient underwent an angiogram, which goes on to show the winking of the mid LED. So this was first reported by us in Journal of Cardiovascular Medicine and Surgery, where we presented analysis of 15 patients, and we found out that the 15 patients who had this sign, almost all, 13% of them had anterior wall and 2 patients had inferior wall MI. The circumflex as a culprit was never found because probably of the annular um, fibrous tissue that the circumflex runs over the AV groove. Only one patient had completely occluded infarct-related artery, and then it became apparent once the artery was opened up, and this was the first publication of the same. Then we, of course, went ahead and did a retrospective observer-blinded case-controlled study of 129 patients. Of it, 56 were consecutive VSR secondary to acute MI, who had undergone cardiac cath between August 2008 to 2017, over a decade. And these cases were compared with 73 age and sex matched controls with STMI without a VSR. So all the angiograms were reviewed, analyzed by 3 different interventional cardiologists who were trained to recognize VCS, but were not aware whether the ventricular septal rupture was present or not. So winking coronary sign was considered to be present if it was confirmed independently by all the 3 of them. And these were the results. You can see that it was, of course, more common in patients who were diabetic and hypertensive, and patients had good TB grade flow. You can, unless the artery is not flowing, then we will not be able to see. But as you can see, the VSR group, almost 57% of the patient were having TB grade 3 flow. Thrombolysis was performed in almost 1/3 of the patient, and the winking coronary was present in the VSR group in 38 patients, which is around 67 or 2/3, 67% or 2/3 of the patients. So this is basically systolic compression or of the culprit vessel. Here you can see the LAD and near normal flow in diastole in the patient with anterior wall VSR. This is our data. You can see its sensitivity is almost 67.9%, but it was 100% specific with 100% positive predictive value. It was observed, whereas none of the patients without VSR actually showed the winking coronary sign. So the absence of winking coronary sign among patients without VSR resulted in a good positive predictive value, though negative predictive value could not be calculated because of very low prevalence of the sign in patients who did not have a VSR. So there are various postulated mechanisms that we have proposed. One is the Venturi or the mechanical theory, 3 theories: the Venturi effect, the mechanical theory, and the hemodynamic theory. The Venturi effect basically is that when the shunt across the VSR leads to a rapid drop in the pleural pressure across the defect, causing overlying artery to collapse, and hence there is a systolic wink of the artery overlying the rupture. Second theory is the mechanical theory. It's the anatomical disruption of the septum because of the mechanical movement per se, that the artery itself can get compressed, and hence the rupture site causes transient loss of flow in the coronary artery. Mechanical instability of the disrupted septum may also be responsible, not the movement, but the hemodynamic impairments can actually be responsible for it. So we all know this is the blood supply of interventricular septum, and that's why it runs just on the anterior part of the groove, while the PD runs on the posterior part of the groove. And you can see this is a patient with the right coronary artery. It's a post-10. You can see that this patient has got a wink in the PD. And this is again corroborated with a device actually that was implanted in this patient who had a winking of the posterior descending artery or the right coronary infarction. So again, this goes on to show the wink. You can see here the mid part of the PD, which is winking with an acute infarct-related ventricular septal rupture. And this was corroborated on a surgical device. You can see correlation as well. The device was implanted and it corroborated with the site of the wink. This is the VSR device, which was put along with an intra-aortic balloon pump. And this is how the VSR can often correlate. And this is, of course, the other one. So this is the second publication in series, as I mentioned, in the Indian Heart Journal about the accuracy of the winking coronary angiographic sign. So one can learn a lot just by good observation. Thank you. Thank you very much.